Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of White Album2. Let's continue, let's dive into the Yata road, Koharu road. Anyway, let's go, because we're about to talk about stuff. I saw that you wished that I continued this scene, but well, happened that I ended up here. So we're starting with burgers in the background, so it was all worth it. Let's go. About what happened 3 years ago. Get the details.
君がこの前見たっていう3年前の学園祭のライブの頃からの。
Yeah?
杉浦。
She's just listening. Just talk. She don't want to interrupt you.
さ、今の杉浦の学年の時、軽音楽同好会なんて似合わない部活に入っててさ。
From her silence, I knew that I should keep going, so I continued my story little by little. 3 years ago, the day when I was just like Sugura Koharu. I truthfully told her everything, starting from the very beginning. I told her about not only Ogiso-senpai, whom she was familiar with, but also Toma-senpai, whom Sugura had only known from rumors here and there. I told her about how Kitahara-senpai experienced immense joy on the night before the school festival, in a way that was unimaginable to her given her impression of me. Did you got into the juicy parts like at the end of like the chapter, or you did not tell her that? You mean I mean, like, you know, this part should be left like out of like discussion. I think, you know, like that's private and intimate. I thought about the incident that happened around this time of the year 3 years ago, where those enjoyable days gradually slipped away from our hands. I thought about certain old wounds that I've neglected and have yet to heal to this day. I told her about the past 3 years I'd spent selfishly running away from her, unwilling to come face to face with the wounds I've brought upon her, as she smiled at me. I told her about how I've even gone so far as to run away from anything that would remind me of what happened 3 years ago, which caused me to hurt not only her, but many others as well during the past 3 years. I told her about how the two of us had gone along with Sugura's plan and arrived at what seems to be final chance for the two of us. I told her how we desperately tried to turn away from the past and attempt to seize the present for us to start anew, to acquire a future that we could share together. And I told her about how the spider's threads that bound our hands together snapped at the very moment I was caught in an act of being insincere. I'm very curious what Koharu like going to react to this. Wait, what? They say you can feel the shows when it was referring to someone, that's a lie. Okay. I have a feeling like I'm recording White Album 2 and I feel like I'm recording it way too silent. But I always can edit this out. Anyway. Uncomfortable sensations of sweet dating. Yeah, okay. From the platform of Minamisugetsu Station, all the way inside the train, even through the road from the Minagaya Station to Sugura's house. Sugura did not say so much as a single word through this completely one-sided conversation. Her gaze was lowered the whole time, staring at the tactile pavement tiles on the platform. The floor was the floor of the train and the asphalt road. Hell yeah, you move on. The problem is Setsuna is just like basically left out in like depression hole at this point. I suppose you may just want to have a terrible society again. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
大した話じゃなかったろ。
Even so, I definitely wouldn't be telling this someone I don't consider a friend.
全部俺が悪いのに勝手に落ち込んで本当バカみたいだろ。
Well, admit it, the story is so cruel that it's even difficult to divulge it. To someone who is more than a friend to me.
それでも俺にとってはショックだったんだ。杉浦に助けてもらわなければ折れてしまうくらいに。
Yeah, you saved me. That's because I consider her a friend, that I'm able to confess my sins, that I'm able to ask for forgiveness. I have a feeling like you consider her as a friend, but like also potential love interest, like subconsciously, because if you think about this, like Io and Takaya are your friends too, but I don't think you told them everything. I think like they know in general what happened, but they don't get the whole story. Right? Did he tell like this like Takaya and Io actually knows everything? I don't think they knows everything. Like I mean, I guess they know everything, but not like in detail. Like Haruki's like telling here. Like they know just like in general what happens because they were around. I don't know. I don't remember if he told them or not or something. Or maybe Setsuna told them. I don't think so. But yeah, they know situation, but like not in detail. So Koharu probably knows more now about the situation than Take and Io. Possibly. At least like from the intimate side of it. From the personal side of the feelings and stuff. Not just like from the sidelines, you know, just seeing the situation. He's just like opening up basically with the situation to her. That's because she's important to me, despite being nothing more than a friend. He's keep calling her nothing more than a friend. Like he's like just living in denial at this point.
今までありがとうな、杉浦。けど、もう大丈夫だよ。
I know like he not necessarily like may think of her as the girlfriend or anything, but like for me as the reader, like come on, like it's just like foreshadowing and like living in denial for him. You know, it's just perspective. It's not that I'm alright because I've talked to her about this. It's because I'm alright now that I was able to talk to her about this. Even so, the fact that I'm even capable of talking about this, it is in itself. It's all thanks to the girl right in front of me, who has continued to support me for the past few days. It's all thanks to this fellow junior of mine, who has quietly watched over me and done her best to be patient with me. All while desperately suppressing her meddlesome and curious disposition. I'm curious how in other roads, how the others will react to this conversation, because he's going to open up to each of them, I think, at some point and just like talk this, like just tell them this whole story. I wonder how like each of them are going to react to this.
これからどうするんですか?
Like Chiaki is going to be like, come on, burger time. Like she just go for it, I guess. Like I can imagine Chiaki doing this actually.
正直まだわからない。けれど、もう一度話してみないとって思ってる。
また会うつもりなんですか? おみそ先輩と。
We need some closure, and we are going to be in pain forever.
このまま自然消滅してしまうつもりはないよ。それだとあまりにも。
Insincere, sincerity is back. That's why I have to take the initiative and do something, whenever it's to part ways with Setsuna or return things the way they were before. Yeah. I have to do this for Setsuna, and I have to do this for my newest friend, who has devoted herself to protecting me until now.
私にはわかりません。
そっか。
I imagine that it's difficult for Sugiura to understand the ups and downs that have transpired in my life, given her own thoughtfully straightforward experiences. Well, I guess it's only natural that she doesn't understand it. After all, even I have come to question and reflect why I've made those choices for the past 3 years.
それが自分のしてきたことだから。
わからないのは彼女の方です。
Okay. Come on.
私、
Facts into face.
小木曽先輩が嫌いになりそう。
She's the face of community. Like, it's like general idea I get from community from like White Album2. Like, this is just general statement I hear in general. Like, I know, like, not everyone hates Setsuna and stuff, and you appreciate her character. Some of you even like her and stuff. I definitely, like how her character develops and stuff, but I'm not really fond of her. But, like, some of you, like, straightforward just hate her character. Like, Ogiso have fans and enemies in, like, all directions.
杉浦。
Sugura's dark, terrible voice shattered the thoughts I'd established in my mind.
先輩、今度こそ諦めなかったのに、一生懸命頑張って前に進もうとしてたのに。
Even though that Sugura would surely blame me, I believed that it would be natural for her to do so. Of course you would think that, because, like, you blame yourself all the time.
彼女が望んでた通りに、私が望んでた通りに、きちんと小木曽先輩に向き合ったのに。
But the person who's causing Sugura to shake in anger isn't among us right now, but someone who I've only described in my story. Yeah, like, see, this is like totally different perspective that Haruki needed, I think. Like, to see that it's okay to be angry at Setsuna, not only for yourself, but also for her, about her. Because she's been selfish back then, and forced stuff, and like, you know, pushed the idea of like being free together and everything. Yeah. Yeah, like, Haruki just, like, actually getting, like, facts into his face now. He's surprised that, wow, wait, what? Someone else, like, someone cannot like Ogiso? How is that possible? Everyone sees her as, like, idol.
なのに、相手が手を差し伸べてきたら、今度は振り払うって。どうしてそんな態度取るのか、全然理解できない。
The person who the meddlesome Sugura had worked so hard for all the time happened to be no other than Setsuna herself. But also at the same time, I see, like, Setsuna perspective at the same time. Because, like, Haruki did betray her. So, Koharu cannot understand this. Like, this is difficult. I'm with Koharu on this. Basically. But, like, the thing here, like, you try to reach her and I don't just understand why she did that to you at all. This is the thing that she doesn't understand. Like, I think, like, it's just too little, like, time passed and thought process behind this yet for her to get this. But yeah, like, Setsuna been hurt too, and it's not just like, yeah, it's going to be fine. But yeah, in general, I agree with Koharu.
ごめん。
どうして先輩が謝るんですか。
Exactly.
小木曽先輩の代わりに謝っちゃうんですか。
I love Koharu like that. Oh wow.
そうじゃないんだって。ただ杉浦が誤解してるから。きっと俺の話し方が悪かったから。
This is my fault, Sugura losing the sight of her own goal because of me. God damn it. Jesus, Haruki.
誤解なんてしてません。小木曽先輩が北原先輩を傷つけたんです。3年前の仕返しに。
Decided to hurt you.
違う。刹那が悪いことなんか。
Oh my god. We are not having this discussion, Haruki. I must have unconsciously twisted the story in the shameless way of defending myself for Sugura. I've misunderstood all of this, I'm sure of it. Nope. Nope. You are wrong and you've been wrong like for a whole 3 years. But someone else outside of Takaya and Io is actually talking with you about this, and you finally get some goddamn answers.
今の話のどこを取ったら先輩の方に非があるなんて言えるんですか？
だから俺はずっと前から刹那を傷つけて。
それこそずっと前から分かってたことじゃないですか。
I don't know why, since I've seen this, Sugera Koharu has completely snapped. I'm now seeing her true nature, the face of the meddlesome girl who gets more passionate than the person involved.
それを許せないなら最初から会わなければいいじゃないですか。未練のある素振りなんかしなければいいじゃないですか。
Damn.
そんな正論だけじゃ人は割り切れないって何度も言ってるだろ俺。
そんなの認めない。今度ばかりは間違いなく向こうが悪い。先輩は全然悪くない。
Nah, you are actually wrong on this. Like, they both are at fault. But the problem is, like, Haruki and Cessna don't want to acknowledge the other person's fault. That's the biggest, like, problem here.
違う、刹那は悪くない。
なら先輩は私が悪いって言うんですか？
何言ってんだ。君には全然関係ないだろ。
じゃあどうすれば関係あることになりますか？
Damn. This is the first time I'm seeing this. Sugera Koharu is being irrational. It's rare for someone as smart as her to not think things through and just pour all of her feelings.
杉浦、君は今俺に感情移入しすぎてるだけだ。
それが何だって言うんですか？
This is also a first for me. Sugera Koharu is lashing out at me despite having partially returned to her senses after realizing how emotional she's being, refusing to back down on what she just said.
とにかく誰が何と言おうと先輩は悪くない。そんなの私が認めない。
Also, I'm kinda afraid of this. In a sense, like, she's protecting, like, Haruki on saying, like, it's not your fault at all and stuff. Like, she's like, obviously, like, she's like protecting him and not just saying, like, yeah, you are okay, like, everything's the other side fault. She reminds me of Io from the introductionary chapter, basically. Like, Setsuna, like, Io was the same with Setsuna. Io was always like, yeah, Setsuna is right, like, this is my best friend, Haruki is in wrong here. And Koharu is doing pretty much the same here, like, you are not wrong, Setsuna is wrong. She's just taking one side here. Yeah, she's, like, clearly very emotional in this one. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of this. Like, I agree what she said about Setsuna, but I'm afraid that she's not seeing through the veil of, like, Haruki character, basically, or, like, don't want to accept that. Following that, Sugura ran away with all her might, and I was no longer able to catch up with her amidst the darkness. However, I managed to find Sugura's residence by memory, and I was relieved to have coincidentally got sight of the lights of her front gate being turned off, and the lights of her room on the second floor turning on. I wasn't able to see her home until the end, but it seems that she managed to reach home safely. Even followed her to be sure if she's fine. It's not every day that it's New Year's Eve and we get to visit the shrine. It's not every day that I confess my sins either. And in the end, we ended up having an inconclusive argument because of it. Not so happy New Year anymore. Me aside, I'm sure Sugura is also looking rather dejected. Sighing while telling herself that things weren't supposed to turn out this way. Things weren't supposed to turn out this way. Yeah, well, I'll just apologize first thing tomorrow. After all, we'll definitely see each other tomorrow. How can you be so sure? I believe that she isn't so responsible that she would willingly take a break from work over something like this. Oh yeah, because you have to work. Yeah, true. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, later today. Before I realize it, the new year bell rang and it's already past 1 a.m. Okay. There she is. Even though I made up my mind, apologized to her first thing in the morning, she completely beat me to it. The moment I tried to enter the changing room so I could wait for Sugira, just 5 seconds before now, she pushed me into the room and locked the door from the inside. Ooh, spicy!
昨べは私、ひどいことばかり言っちゃって。
いや、俺の方こそ。
I actually planned to come more than 30 minutes earlier and be the first to arrive at the restaurant, knowing that Sugira would definitely be the next to arrive after me. But it seems I was too naive. I have no doubt she came at least 1 hour before everyone and waited for me.
喧嘩をしないって約束したのに、こんな簡単なことする。
Well, that was a heavy topic that you just learned, basically.
杉浦。
Of course, we were like full of emotions back then. Where did that exasperated look from last night go? I thought she would have calmed down after a night's sleep, but she appears to be extremely disheartened right now.
本当にごめんなさい。とっても反省してます。反省。
Wow, she's so apologetic
だ
now.
から。
No, from her red eyes, from how red her eyes are looking whenever or not she even had the night's sleep is up for a question. I imagine that negative thoughts are swirling inside her mind the whole time, much like I experienced a week ago. What I experienced. All because of the quarrel where both parties were in wrong and suffered over it.
嫌わないで。
Damn!
くれるとありがたいなって。
So that's your faults. I see. Yeah. Now she reminds me of Setsuna. This sentence reminds me of Setsuna. Setsuna also been afraid of like being hated and being like left alone basically and stuff. She really have like personality of like both Setsuna, like she have like personality of the three of them. Like there's some of Kazusa, some of Setsuna, some of Haruki, like she's like everyone. In some bits and pieces. I feel like I've heard those words somewhere before. Words stemming from the juxtaposition of pain, embarrassment, sorrow and joy.
先輩。
She's not merely being kind, she's not just being reliable, nor is she simply being fussy about this. She's so frail she resembles a small animal for the slightest moment, but that only added to just how charming she was.
ですよ。
ありがとうございます。
いや、こっちこそ。
At a time like this, phrases like, it's not your fault, or it was my fault, or you don't have any reason to apologize are meaningless. I have to respond to her with the words that she wants to hear the most, no matter how arrogant and selfish it may be for me to say them.
じゃあ、もうこの件は
You're always so calculated,
み
Haruki.
んなも来る頃だし、開店準備始めるか。
I personally still feel rather uncomfortable with all the fact that I've not managed to apologize to her at all. But given how our exchange proceed, I suppose there's nothing I can do about it.
あともう一つだけ。
まだあるの？
Okay.
水に流してもらっておきながら蒸し返すの卑怯かもしれませんけど。
Okay. And right as soon as I say that.
私やっぱり北原先輩が間違ってるとは思えません。
Okay, yeah.
これだけは譲りたくないです。
She really reminds me of Io at this point. It's at least like in this part of her character. You know? Like being adamant about Haruki not being at fault at all. I think like Haruki's at fault as well as Setsuna. Both in like the past and in the hotel in the like December 24th. Like it was both of them. The truth is, Sugira might not be all that different right now compared to how she was last night.
だからもう全部俺が悪いとか言わないでください。私がこれ以上約束を破らないためにも。
Okay. Actually, I have no doubt about it. Sugiura Koharu is still the same meddlesome woman who laid her bare stubbornness and personal feelings last night.
それだけです。さあ、それじゃあ今年の初仕事。
じゃあ俺ももう一つ。
Okay.
先輩？
If that's case, please don't say that I'm not going to. If you are not going to back off saying that it wasn't my fault, I'm not going to back off saying that it's not Setsna's fault. Please do not go this way. I swear I will lose it if you just go to, like. I won't be saying this to Sugiura while seeing her as a friend or a junior.
このことかばってくれてありがとう。
Okay. Okay, good. Oof, I've been scared for a second. I wanted to express my gratitude to Sugiura-san while seeing her for the girl she
もしか
is.
したらさ、杉浦は世界でたった一人の味方かもしれないな。
Hmm. That proclamation based only on my emotions. I wanted to convey this feeling of gratitude that wasn't based on reason. Yeah, like Takaya would hate this conversation so much. Yeah, like Takaya would snap hearing like Koharu like blaming Setsuna back there in the street. Like, damn. Imagine Takaya and you just hearing that.
俺ですら味方できない。こんな俺の。
Okay. I wonder if I'm putting on a kind smile right now. Or maybe I look too serious, which made the words I just said lack credibility. That being said, the only way to know how I look right now is to look straight into her eyes, focusing on the reflection from her pupils. I look so twisted in her eyes. What the hell? It doesn't look convincing at all. I can't look like this. Sugiura won't believe anything I tell her if she's faced with this.
あの
The two of us realize simultaneously that something's wrong. We realize that the very moment my twisted reflection in Sugira's eyes falls and spills into the floor.
杉浦。
やだ。止まらない。こんなおかしいよ。
The possibility that sprung in my mind was immediately confirmed by the second and third droplets that fell from her eyes.
おい、なんで？
だって
Spilling onto the floor, dripping down her cheeks, welling up inside her eyes. Her tears fell out uncontrollably, for no reason, but that can be true all the same.
悔しいよ。悔しいよ。なんでそんなこと言うの？
Yeah, so she's basically sad because Haruki said like he's not able to like defending himself and stuff, you know, like he just looks and feels to be still like in a lot of pain, and that's what Koharu cannot stand for. And this is the part of Kazusa in her, I guess, because Kazusa would be the same.
そんなことって。
先輩が
Yeah, exactly.
好きじゃないなんて。私以外に誰も味方がいないなんて。
Like you're all alone,
それ
huh?
は
Like this is also interesting. Like that means like Haruki, like like Io and Takaya are his like friends, best friends basically. Like he also does not consider them as allies in this whole situation. I mean, can you blame him? With what kind of setups they're making? What would Sal the class representative known as the Sugiura Koharu the most would be the fact that there's a single classmate who's left alone in the classroom.
そんなこと言わないで。言っちゃ嫌だよ。
Yeah.
ごめん、もう言わない。言わないから。おい、杉浦。
Wow, that got her.
頼むよ。もうすぐみんな来るんだからさ。
There was nothing I could have done after that. The dam holding her tears collapsed and synchronized with the pent-up emotions stirring within her since last night, causing Sugura to break down even more. And I could only remain in place, about 30 centimeters away from her, unable to leave her alone or approach her, as she could no longer hold back her tears. Sato and the others gradually arrived a few minutes later, and the unforgettable misunderstanding was etched into their minds. Despite having fallen into such a tragic situation, I still felt a pleasant warmth spreading across my chest. Why was she able to cry from the bottom of her heart for the sake of a friend that she had only made just recently? Yeah, Haruki, you are so ignorant sometimes. Even though the answer was right in front of my eyes, I never stopped wondering about it in my heart. Damn. Ooh, did we just skip 10 days? Wait, that was November 10. Are you texting Setsuna after 10 days and saying to her Happy New Year? Wow. It's finally our last year as students, huh? Well, assuming that we are not going to graduate school, that is. I know it's a difficult time right now, given that there's a lot we have to decide on, from graduation, our line of work, and how we're going to live from now on, but I hope neither of us will come to regret our decision. I'm not really not pushing myself too hard, you know. I really mean that. By the way, I'm sorry about my late New Year's greeting. Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Like, New Year after 10 days? What? There's been quite a lot on my mind recently, which is why I've put off sending you even a single text for so long. In any case, I'm alright for now. Well, I suppose I can't really say for sure, but at the very least, I'm still living out my life as I usually do. I haven't had any time to relax at all, given that I've been working non-stop through the New Year holidays. But with the way I'm now, I actually feel better keeping myself busy. Still live my life as I usually do. I don't know, it kind of feels like not okay to say that to Setsuna. It just feels wrong. It's like saying, like, you know, yeah, we had like situation in the December 24th, like, yeah, but you know, no big deal. I still live as I lived up until now. Like, this is no problem. Kind of vibe like this, you know, just this one line without context. We'll just talk again after we both calm down. That's really all I wanted to say. Take care. Okay. Yeah. Oh! Okay.
いや、全然。というか、女の子の着替えにしては全然早いって。
You changed clothes really quick for the girl. Okay. Wow. Sugura suddenly rushed out from the back door, denying me any time to further revise my text.
服とか髪とか乱れてませんか？いつものチェック、いろいろ省いたから。
Wow. She asked me the question as she turns around in front of me.
俺に確かめる前に、ゆっくり支度していいんだってば。
Her long ponytails wishes right in front of me, giving me pleasant sensation whenever it brushes against my nose and cheeks.
さてと、どこ行こうか。
先輩に全面的にお任せします。私、好き嫌い全然ないですから。
So you're going... I don't think like you are going like on a date per se, but it will feel like a date. I think like Haruki is doing like I'm sorry party basically. Like I will just treat you some food like at dinner or something, you know. I made you cry, something like, some kind of situation like this.
だろうね。
Today is the last day of the winter break for both Hojo High and the university. School is going to be starting tomorrow, and I found myself inviting Sugura out for dinner as thanks for her dedicated care of me for the holidays. Okay, or that, sure. I brought it up on our way home last night. It had been final additional remark to our usual banter, and the moment I suggested that we leave after morning shift, she began to tinker with her mobile phone rather intensely. Yeah, saying like, yeah, I will be late. I'll be late home. And after 15 minutes, she managed to find the two substitutes for us, with her unrelenting persuasion, thus confirming our suspicious arrangement. What the hell? Wait, what? For us, like, you mean like two people to come and work instead of you or something? I felt like you are actually after shift. Huh? I'm confused about what that is. Like, what do you mean substitutes? Wait, what? I suggested that we leave after morning shift. Okay, so you... Yeah, so you managed to get like two people to like cover for you basically in the shift. Yeah, okay. In the afternoon. Okay, sure. After that, however, we were harshly told her for not asking for her help for a few days in advance.
じゃあ御宿まで出ようか。前にゼミの懇親会で使ったイタリアンの店があってさ。
美味しかったんですか？
ああ、夜のコースが味も量もなかなか。
コース？私そんなにお金持ってません。バイト代はみんな旅行費用だし。
I'm paying.
心に決まってるだろ。誘ったのこっちだし、先輩だし。何より今日はお礼だから。人のお金だとなおさらもったいないです。自分で道義も。
Yeah, okay.
余計にストレスがたまるから。
Oh my god, I love it.
難儀にも程があるだろう。その考え方は。
お願いですから、私に無駄遣いするのはやめてください。ただでさえ先輩は一人暮らしでいろいろ入り用なんだし。
She like me, I hate wasting money too. Damn.
あのな。
You're not leaving the decision to me whatsoever, and you're trying to get out of your way to cover your share when I'm sighing at my treat. Really, it's astonishing just how meddlesome she can be. She will surely become the prime example of a good wife and a wise mother in the future. The image pops in my head, but I'm not sure if it's for better or for worse.
うちのお店にしましょうか。ここなら移動する時間を省けるし。
Yeah, let's stay at work.
それだけはぜひとも勘弁して。
Wow.
セットでドリンクバー頼んでおけば何時間でも粘れるのに。
Wow.
ドリンクバーで何時間も粘るお客様に対して君がどんな感情を持ってるか知ってるぞ。
やだな。どなたも大切なお客様に決まってるじゃないですか。
Damn. I wonder how aware Sugura actually is about the situation, given how innocently she's smiling at me. I'm referring to the rumors about that are circling among the staff of the restaurant. Or perhaps I should say that they used to be rumors, as they become a common knowledge by now.
じゃあ向かいのボナンザにします？ミートスパゲティ結構お得ですよ。
I like bolognese. Let's go.
うちの店から丸見えだろ。ここも。
I thought for a second she's going to say let's go for burgers. I swear I thought like she's going to propose that. She does not have Kazusa burger like mind. Wait, what the hell happens? Okay, just put some spam on phone. Oh, okay. Never mind then. Apart from the fact that we had nearly the exact same shifts from morning to evening shifts for the past 2 weeks, there was also that particular incident of the New Year morning. But Sugura doesn't pay any mind to those noises surrounding her, much like she did in the past. And this part of her is kinda like Setsuna as well. Like in the beginning, when Haruki started dating Setsuna was always like so oblivious to everything that happens to it around them. You know, she was like, yeah, no problem, everyone like should like know about us. Like before they started, I think before they started dating or after. Anyway, as long as the both of us are on the same page, what others say doesn't matter to us at all. She might be fine with it, but I wish she'd put herself in my shoes given all the teasing I get from Nagawa-san. All the concessions I have to make for Sato and all the awkward looks I get from the rest of the staff. I say that, but I actually do understand. For me right now, that kind of easygoing atmosphere is important, as it gently protects my heart. Awesome.
それで目標額には届いたのか?
Let's go. Wait! Phoenix, is that you? Look at this guy in the corner here. He's just going to object something in a second. It's Phoenix Rife. His Ace Attorney. Holy crap. It's him. Look, like the spiky hair. The tie. It's this guy. Holy shit. But yeah, anyway. Dinner with Koharu, next episode. I think it's good to stop here. Maybe I should continue, maybe not, but it's getting a little bit late for me right now, so I will just keep this episode a little bit shorter and we will go back to this in the next one. Who knows, maybe we're going to have another like very interesting and important discussion during this dinner. Who knows? Too much information, never good, but yeah. Comments are yours. Thank you for watching, I will see you in the next one. So yeah, click the like button if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord and become a member if you would like to support me and see episodes here. Thank you once again, and for a Pocket Watch is going out.